The 13th session of the World Urban Forum, WUF13, officially opened today in Baku, Azerbaijan, bringing together global policymakers, urban planners, and UN delegates to address a rapidly deteriorating international housing crisis that has been severely exacerbated by intense climate shocks and ongoing military conflicts. Organized jointly by UN Habitat and the host government of Azerbaijan, the week-long international summit is operating under the urgent theme, Housing the World, Safe and Resilient Cities and Communities. According to baseline data released by the United Nations to open the forum, an estimated 2.8 billion people globally are currently living in deeply inadequate, unsafe housing conditions, while more than 300 million individuals possess no permanent shelter at all. The head of UN Habitat, Anna Claudia Rosbach, used her opening address to warn delegates that the global housing shortfall is no longer a structural issue confined to the global south, noting that skyrocketing living costs and severe supply chain disruptions caused by global energy wars have brought the crisis directly into major urban centers across the global north. A primary focus of the initial panels has centered on the rapid, unregulated expansion of informal urban settlements and slums, which currently house 1.1 billion people worldwide, a figure projected to increase by an additional 2 billion over the next 2 decades if systemic economic models are not altered. UN officials are actively pushing for a paradigm shift, urging governments to stop viewing informal settlements purely as criminal or legal liabilities and instead recognize them as organic, community-driven survival mechanisms that require targeted financial investments and infrastructure integration. The forum is also dedicating significant diplomatic and administrative resources to the complex challenge of post-conflict urban reconstruction and neighborhood recovery. With global forced displacement hitting historic highs by mid-2026, over 60% of displaced populations have sought refuge within urban areas, placing immense strain on local municipal healthcare, water, and educational systems. Delegations from the UN Development Program, UNDP, emphasized that resolving the crisis requires looking far beyond basic brick-and-mortar construction, advocating for comprehensive urban frameworks that fuse sustainable housing with local financing models, climate-resilient engineering, and decentralized governance. The decisions and policy blueprints emerging from the Baku summit are expected to serve as the baseline framework for international municipal development funding over the next decade.